Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephen, and I hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. For those of you that don't know me, I am married and I have 5 children. My eldest son, Vincent Beardsley, has completed his undergraduate degree at the University of Delaware and is now, within the next week or so, about to commence his PhD work at The Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio, in computer science. So, this broadcast, I'm coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. I'm actually sitting in a chair that used to be mine, that's now his, and in his apartment in graduate housing here at Gateway Apartments in Columbus, right off of North High Street. And we drove out most of the day Tuesday to get here, and then moved him into the apartment on Wednesday, and since Wednesday morning have been working from morning till night, cleaning and buying things and putting things in order and hanging artwork and doing all kinds of things to kind of set him up and get him ready for what's happening and what's coming. And Cassandra, my youngest, she came along with me, and so she's sitting right over there. Say hi, Cassandra. Cassandra, say hi. You're on broadcast. That's my youngest daughter. That's Cassandra.
Hi.
And so you can see the artwork is in process, and we've got his room set up, and kitchen's kind of set up over there. And so we're kind of in the midst of getting him all set up and ready to go. And so an interesting thing that I want to talk to you about a little bit about today. But first, let me tell you a story. So back when the English first arrived in India, actually in the area of Calcutta, the story is told. I've heard it from Ian Cron in an email he sent out, but I believe it was told by somebody else, that the English decided to build a golf course. And so they built this golf course, and but there was a little problem. The monkeys wanted to play. And so this was a bit of a problem because as they would hit the ball down the fairway, of course, then monkeys would come running out. They'd grab the ball, and before the Englishmen could get there and actually hit it where they wanted to, the monkeys would grab a hold of it and chuck it somewhere, fling it over their shoulder, fling it around. They were just having fun. These, balls come flying through the air. We're going to throw the balls wherever. So the Englishmen decided to come up with a plan. So their first plan it wasn't a very bright one, but their first plan was to build a wall. And so they built a wall. And so they enclosed the golf course in a wall, but then very rapidly found out that that didn't work. The problem was not solved because, yeah, you all know, monkeys can climb walls. So they devised a second plan. The second plan was to try to lure the monkeys. And so they got lots of bananas. Monkeys like bananas. And so they got lots of bananas and tried to get the monkeys to be lured away from the golf course and leave the balls alone because of the bananas. But they found out quickly that as many bananas as they could supply, the monkeys were fine with that. But there were more monkeys who maybe had had their fill of bananas or had already eaten their breakfast that day or whatever else. And so there were still monkeys coming and grabbing the golf balls and chucking them around the course. So the third thing they tried is they decided that they would try to capture all the monkeys and relocate them. So make a monkey-free zone. And of course they tried that, and it didn't work either because for every monkey they moved, they found out that monkeys had lots of family members and they liked to play with the golf balls also. So finally, the solution that the English came up with is they put into their rules manual for their golf course the following phrase: players must play the ball where the monkey drops it. Players must play the ball where the monkey drops it. Now, let me say at the outset that I am not drawing the inference in anything I'm going to say today that anybody is a monkey. That's not the point. But I thought it was an interesting story. Number one, it's funny. But the second is it's an interesting story about things we can't control. And the English tried to control it, which is no surprise. They were empire builders, and so they tried to control it with a wall, with bananas, with relocation. But finally, they had to adjust and say, look, when you hit the ball down the fairway, if a monkey grabs it and chucks it, you play it from where he put it. Stop trying to control the uncontrollable. So let me return to, I'm sitting here in Columbus. We've got a couple more days. In fact, we'll be going to church with Vincent on Sunday. In fact, the first church that he's going to try here in Columbus is having some dedicatory services. So we're actually going Saturday and Sunday. And so we got a couple of more days here. And then something I have never experienced before is about to happen. I was there when Vincent was born. I've been there for every major moment of Vincent's life. My wife and I brought him into the church, and the first service he entered the doors, we dedicated him to the Lord. And I've been a part of Vincent's life his entire life. And he's been a part of mine for now almost 23 years. There were times I loved him, and there were times that I could have chucked him over the fence. Those times late at night when he was crying and just would not settle down, those were trying times. But we got through them, and now here we are. Something that his mom and I, if you'd asked us 10 years ago, if you reach this point, will that be enough? We'd have said, man, if we can just get through homeschooling him, if we can just get him into college, if we can just get him through college. And now he's an adult and he can live on his own. He's making some money. He can make his way. He's gotten a graduate teaching assistantship here at the Ohio State University. And so he's got money coming in every month. He can pay his bills. We've arrived. I'd have told you, yeah, that's the end all. But on Sunday night, when I dropped my son off here at his apartment, and I give him a hug, and I say goodbye, I don't know what that's going to be like. I don't know what the drive back to Delaware is going to be like, and I don't know what the next week is going to be like, and the following week. And I can tell you right now, this week we've been great parents and horrible parents. My daughter's had a lot of fun laughing at us because everything had to be fixed. Everything had to be taken care of. We went all gangbusters. And Regina and I know how to take care of things. We know how to be good parents. We know how to take care of it. And so we've done everything we're supposed to do. But then we're going to have to, let me put it in terms of the story. We're going to have to play the ball where the monkey drops it. We don't get to control what comes afterwards. We don't get to say what happens. We don't get to control. Is he eating enough? Is he spending his money the right way? How's he doing in teaching? Is he making friends? Did he pick the right church? Did he vacuum his carpet? Did he make his bed? Now, some of you may be saying, you're an idiot. What are you worried about this for? He's out of your house. Well, I don't know. I may not worry about a lot of those things, but I may also. You see, life brings us circumstances that we've never experienced before, and we don't control. I can't control how I'm going to feel. I can't control my response. I can't control what my son is going to do. I can't control the blessings and the adversities that he'll face. We did our best as far as housing, but when we moved in here, the carpet was dirty. So, I went and got a carpet cleaner and we cleaned the whole place. I couldn't control. I had to play, and I will have to continue to play the ball where the monkey drops it. So, it's an interesting week. To use the story, lots of monkeys chucking balls every direction. But here's the good news that I leave you with. The only way any of this makes sense to me, I don't know about you. Maybe you can leave a comment. Maybe you can, share a story yourself. I don't know, and I'm not worried about what it is. But for me, the only way this is bearable, the only way life, and I'm not talking about leaving my son for his PhD program. I'm talking about these uncontrollable elements of life. The only way these make sense to me is because I believe that there is a God who is in control. Nothing is out of his control. He gives us choice, yes. But I can trust him. I can believe him. I can take that which I can't control and I can leave it in his hands. And that's the only way this makes any sense. Otherwise, life is like, well, one wise man wrote within the scriptures, vanity of vanities, all is vanity, vexation of soul and spirit. So anyway, these are my afternoon musings. I'm about to finish up my work here. All the carpets are cleaned. The place smells pretty good. I think I have enough lights, but I might need to make one more run for another lamp. My daughter's rolling her eyes at me right now. Mom thinks she has everything, but we got to do a grocery run because I think I have to pay for the first set of groceries. I don't know why. I do understand why I need to buy the first set of lamps, but I don't understand why I got to buy the first set of groceries. So, Mom, Dad, we all approach it differently. We all operate differently. But the good news is I'm learning how to play the ball where the monkey drops it. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm glad there's a God who's in control of this whole story. Thanks for listening to me today. And if you aren't listening live and you're listening later on, drop a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how your experience is. Join the conversation. I love you guys. Have a great day. God bless.